Joseph, we are here with this magnificent horse called Edwulf, who has a remarkable backstory. First of all, he's a giant and he's really handsome. But this is a horse who frighteningly effectively died at the Cheltenham Festival last year. He was running in the 4-miler. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, well, he obviously he jumped the last, and he had a bit of an issue, and he was on the ground for quite some time. It didn't look good for a short period of time, and after I think it was an hour or so he was on the ground, the vets he got up and he managed to get back to the stable yard, and he went to Equine Hospital, and a huge amount of people put in an awful lot of work with him to get him back to the racecourse, and it's unbelievable and a testament to the horse's heart and his will to win for him to come back and do what he's done.
Joseph, like they normally say if a horse is down for 15 minutes, that's unfortunately the end of it.
Yeah.
For him to be down for that length of time, I mean, for you as his trainer, must have been pretty frightening, because he was going really well in that race, and he's obviously a horse that you're very proud of.
Yeah, well, he's a very good horse, and he was last year, and not only that, you don't like to see any horses going through what he went through, and like I say, for him to come through it and to come back better than ever is a testament to him and his attitude, really.
So give us some kind of an idea of what happened. He went to the vets in England.
Yeah, so he basically he went to Equine Hospital close to Cheltenham, and the people there looked after him for about a week or 10 days. They were unbelievable with him. They looked after him unbelievably well. He never wanted for anything, but they couldn't believe how quick he recovered. Pretty much literally after 36 hours he was almost back to being perfect again. And listen, he's a special horse to us all here.
So after his veterinary trip in the UK and all the amazing work they did, he was then sent to JP's base, Martinstown, which obviously is a very famous equine home. Isterbrack is there. Was there ever a concern when he was sent there that was going to be it for him, that he'd been through too much and maybe retirement was on the cards?
Yeah, it was obviously an option, but I suppose he went there and the lads there had the attitude that they would see how he was and they didn't have to make any decision immediately. I felt he looked so well and he was in such good form that he deserved a shot to come back into work.
And when he did come back into work, what were you expecting from him as he decides to eat my Matchbook jacket? What were you expecting from him when he came back? Like, did you ever think he could be or live up to the potential?
No, he came back and JP just said, and Frank just said that if he doesn't run again, that's fine. If he's not working like a horse that is loving the game, or if he has any ill effects from what had happened previously, you don't have to run.
But
so
from what I hear, he actually started to excel in his work.
He really was. He was working very well, schooling very well, and Derek O'Connor rode him a couple of times and said, "This horse feels brilliant," and obviously then we ran him after that.
So our mutual colleague Kevin Blake, who works with me in the Final Furlong and is your race planner, has said to me that by his nature he's very conservative. So when you were talking about the target for him, for his remarkable comeback, he was very much along the lines of a listed race or a Grade 2. You were having none of that though. Based on his work, you wanted to go straight back to Grade 1 company, and you ran in what was known as the Lexus Chase. So he was pulled up, but he actually ran very well for quite a long way.
Yeah, he did. I suppose he ran better than being pulled up suggested for a long way. He jumped really well and so showed all his enthusiasm, which was the main thing that we wanted to see from him. So then he went back to Leopardstown obviously and won very well the next day.
Well, that's the story. This is the big story. So he was, 66 to 1 during the week. Nobody was really giving him much of a chance. And he lines up in one of the most prestigious races in Ireland, a very competitive race. And after pretty much a year ago being on the floor and on death's door, he comes out and wins a Grade 1 for Derek O'Connor and for yourself. I remember the interview you did afterwards, and you were buzzing after the Melbourne Cup, but I think this was really special for you.
Yeah, well, I suppose he's a special horse, and obviously everything that he went through in the year previously, and for him to come back and win on the day was extraordinary, really.
And for the yard, Joseph, what does it mean? Like, JP was very emotional afterwards as well. He spoke at the races at length. But for your stable, what does it mean to have this incredible story?
Yeah, it's unbelievable, really. But it's all the work that the lads do every day in, day out, and for these horses to win the big races. And for the lads to have the involvement with each horse, that's what it's all about, and they all get as big a kick out of it as anyone, if not bigger.
And from death's door to an Irish Gold Cup winner, the Irish Gold Cup was won last year with Sizing John. He went on to win the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Now he's going to go back to Cheltenham, and in an open race, he's going to have a really live chance.
Yeah, no reason why he shouldn't run very well. Hopefully he gets a little bit of luck, gets into a good rhythm, and if you're not in, you can't win.
And if he did it, if he actually won the Gold Cup, because he could end up being JP's number one on the day, he probably will be realistically. If he did do what everyone dreams of, wins Racing's Blue Ribbon, what kind of celebrations can we expect from Joseph this time?
You can't even let yourself think about days like that. You just hope that he gets there in one piece, and hopefully he gets a good journey over, and hopefully he gets to the start well and get a little bit of luck then and see what happens.
Whether it's Derek or Barry, the very best of luck to you with him. We at Matchbook will be cheering him on. I think the whole racing community is going to be cheering him on. He's a remarkable, remarkable story. And he's a lovely horse as well. The very best of luck with him, Joseph. And thanks so much for letting us into him and have such great access to this remarkable horse and this remarkable story.
Thanks, Emmet.